Hey you guys, welcome back. We are live from Texas. We are at episode 19 of Kitchen Alchemy and I'm your host Vicky. Guys, we had a little bit of a mini hiatus, a little longer than intended, so I do apologize for that. We moved. We are no longer in New England. If you saw the last video, we have made the move back home to Texas. And I'm super excited to share with you a recipe that I learned during our 2-week getaway in Japan. And we're gonna get into that right now. Before we get started, shout out to our sponsor for today's episode, Spicewalla. If you guys are interested in recreating your own everyday culinary magic, there will be a code in the description for a discount off of your first purchase. Now, without further ado, let's get started. So today we are making our own Japanese miso soup. For those of you who like Japanese food and you enjoy miso soup, you are going to be super surprised and thrilled at how easy it is to recreate this for yourself. So I just wanted to go over the ingredients so you understand what you're putting into your soup. Starting out with our Bonito Flakes here. Essentially what this is wild tuna that's been dried and dehydrated and smoked, and then it's been shaved down into these super thin pieces like so. This adds an incredible flavor to your soups and can also be used in a variety of Asian dishes. Next, here we have our Konbu, which is a water growing algae. Algae is super nutritious for you guys. Full of nutrients, proteins. This has, I don't think any fiber, but it's a huge source of potassium, magnesium, super delicious. We will be using this to make our dashi, which is the broth for our miso soup. And then here we have Wakame Flakes, which also are aquatic growing. These grow in the ocean, sea vegetables here. Adds a really delicious flavor. We have our tofu. I prefer the medium hard, but of course, use whichever tofu you like. We have our miso paste here. Obviously, we will not be using the entire thing. For extras, I'm just gonna add a little razzle dazzle with the spices here. We have some furikake flakes, and I'm gonna do a little charred onion and a dumpling on top. So let's get started. So before we get started with any other prep, we want to go ahead and soak our konbu for about 30 minutes. Now, today's episode, I'm gonna be making a serving that's for 2 people. So of course, double all of these ingredients if you want more miso soup. You're gonna measure 6 or 7 cups of water, add it to your pot. So that was 3. We're gonna double this up. I'm gonna go for 6 cups today. And we're gonna soak 1 piece of konbu. Again, this is a serving for about 2 people. We're gonna soak 1 piece of konbu for 25 to 30 minutes. So make sure you have your phone nearby so you can set a timer. Okay. That's 6 cups. The konbu, I took out 1 sheet. This is what it looks like. Literally, I'm gonna add that and let it soak. I have a timer here. While our konbu is soaking, we're gonna go ahead and just prep the rest of our ingredients here. So right now I am just slicing our tofu. And this does not have to be pretty at all. Tofu is even if you get medium firmness or extra firm, this is a very soft, squishy material. So I'm just gonna slice it into those little ribbons there. And then we're also gonna measure out about 4 tablespoons of miso paste. 4 tablespoons, and we're just gonna set these aside as well. There we go. Hold on, I'm gonna get a different spoon here. There we go. 2, there we go. 3. And the beautiful thing about this is that you can adjust according to taste. So if you end up wanting more tofu, or we're gonna do a little bit of charred onion in there, maybe if you want more onion, if you wanna add meat to it, this is your dish. Do it how you wanna do it. Okay, so we're gonna set those aside. Put this back. Okay guys, so as you can see, the timer has ended. It has been 30 minutes. We have our konbu soaking. Now, what we're gonna do is bring the pot up to a boil. I would say like an almost boil, right? And when we get to that point, when it's like almost at the boiling point, which we'll show you, we're gonna take the konbu out and add our bonito flakes in. So we're gonna go ahead, put this on high. You can leave it uncovered or partially covered. I'm gonna leave it like that to heat it up quicker. And we'll be back when the water's almost boiling. Okay guys, so as you can see, we are almost at that boiling point. See that? So this is a good time to go ahead and take it out. Before we do that, half a cup here of our bonito flakes. Let's just go ahead and have those ready to go. You want like a nice generous, as you've noticed by now guys, I do not exactly measure anything. Just do it from the soul, man. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and take this out. And after we've taken this out, you can go ahead and discard it. We don't need it anymore. I think there's one little piece left. Thank you. There we go. And to the same pot, go ahead and add our bonito flakes right into the water. Now, we're gonna let this come to a full boil. So I want a few more bubbles. Now that we have a few more bubbles here, we're gonna go ahead and turn the heat all the way off. And when we know it's done, when the bonito flakes start from the top of the surface and sink to the bottom of the pot, that's when we know it's done. And we'll strain it after this. While we're waiting on our bonito flakes to sink to the bottom of the pan, we're gonna go ahead and torch our onion here. This is butane fuel. I love this. Don't judge me, listen. When I get to blowtorch things, I'm very happy, okay? So we're just gonna torch it. Make sure you have foil underneath to avoid burning your cabinet or your dog or your spouse. We're just gonna torch these up really good. The charring adds a nice flavor to the soup. You can use this on anything, guys. You can use it making desserts. on all types of meat, seafood, vegetables, whatever you like. Then we will top it with our Spicewalla garlic salt. That's on there really good. I'm just gonna do sprinkle like so. Some sesame. This will be a topping during plating, like so. And a little bit of Japanese Togarashi pepper. Just cause, you know, why not? All right, so we'll let those sit to the side and you'll see those in the finished plate. Now that our Bonito Flakes have sunk to the bottom, we're gonna go ahead and strain this into a bowl and only keep the clear liquid left behind. We can discard our flakes after we're done. About 2 minutes after adding your miso paste to the water here, we're gonna go ahead and add in our tofu strips that we sliced in the beginning. Gonna go ahead and add those in. Again, if you like less tofu, then adjust accordingly. I used, out of 1 package, I used half. And then we're also gonna add in 1 heaping tablespoon of our Wakame sea vegetable flakes. Now these look small, but you'll notice as soon as they hit the liquid and you give them just a few minutes, they expand tremendously. So we're gonna add 1 tablespoon, heaping tablespoon there, see how you like it. And if you want more seaweed, then again, adjust to taste. And my loves, here is the finished product. We have our homemade Japanese miso soup. Super easy, super customizable. When we were in Japan, I literally was eating soup for breakfast every day. And I definitely noticed a difference between incorporating so much mineral-rich, magnesium, potassium-rich foods. I felt really great every day while we were out there. So it's definitely something that I like to incorporate in life back here in the States. Yeah, if you give this a try, definitely tag me on Instagram at LunaPoshHippie. And until next time, you guys, bye.